Gracias por seguir con nosotros. Están viendo News24, el magazine semanal en español de I24 News. Y ahora pasamos al Medio Oriente con Yaniv Azoulay. ¿Cómo estás, Yaniv?
Muy bien, gracias.
¿Por dónde empezamos hoy, Yaniv?
Hoy empezamos en Irán, donde hubo muchísimas manifestaciones en todo el país contra el gobierno. Estamos hablando de manifestaciones en las cuales están protestando el alto costo de vida y los precios que suben y la corrupción. Ahora, estas protestas han escalado a protestas contra el régimen iraní. Hasta se han escuchado gritos en las calles, muerte al dictador. Se refieren a Ali Khamenei, el ayatollah. Ahora, estamos hablando de reportes que dicen que hay más de 20 muertos. Estamos hablando de reportes que dicen que hay más de 1000 arrestados. Entre ellos, el expresidente de Irán, Ahmadinejad. Ahora, el hijo del Shah, Reza Pahlavi, el hijo del Shah, el ex líder iraní, habló y ha respaldado estas protestas. Escuchémoslo.
It is clear that Iranian people have to have the ability to voice what they want for themselves. They cannot do that under the current circumstances, clearly. So this regime has to go. It is time now to call upon the various political orientations that Iran may have to be unified behind their compatriots in their demand for freeing themselves from this system.
Yaniv, ¿cómo reaccionó el gobierno iraní?
El gobierno iraní, primero, ha declarado que entiende estas protestas y intenta mostrarse entendido a la población. Y también está diciendo que esto es todo un complot israelí, americano, saudita, como siempre lo han hecho.
Siempre estamos metidos en el medio.
Siempre llegamos ahí. Ahora, han llamado a miles de personas a manifestar y los miles lo han hecho. Ahora quiero que escuchemos a Rouhani, el presidente iraní, y a Khamenei, el gran líder. Rouhani entiende a los protestantes, Khamenei culpa a todo el mundo.
Veamos.
Their problem is not only an economic one. It's not like people have come to the streets to say they want money, bread, water. They have other demands as well. They are claiming other things as well.
In the events of recent days, the enemies have united and are using all their means, money, weapons, policies, and security services to create problems for the Islamic regime.
Y Yaniv, ¿cómo reaccionó Israel ante estas protestas?
Israel niega ser parte de ningún complot y hasta se ríe de eso. El primer ministro Benjamin Netanyahu subió un video al Facebook en el cual habló con el pueblo iraní, mandó un mensaje al pueblo iraní y también, obviamente, negó ser parte de este complot. Escuchémoslo.
Iran's President Rouhani's claim that Israel is behind the protests in Iran. It's not only false, it's laughable. And unlike Rouhani, I will not insult the Iranian people. They deserve better. Brave Iranians are pouring into the streets. They seek freedom, they seek justice, they seek the basic liberties that have been denied to them for decades.
Bueno, Yaniv, frente a esto, ¿cómo reaccionó el mundo?
Bueno, empiezo por el presidente Trump, que muy rápidamente fue al Twitter y tuiteó como a él le gusta hacer. También su embajador en la ONU, Nikki Haley, ha llamado a una reunión de emergencia. Rusia ha dicho que cualquier interferencia externa es inaceptable. Ya estamos hablando del tridente Rouhani, Erdogan, Putin. La Unión Europea ha dicho que espera que Irán respete la libertad de expresión y manifestación crítica. Todo es manifestación pacífica. Todo esto mucho más en el informe de Bianca Zanini.
Veamos.
Iran is on fire. Protesters swarming the streets on the 7th day of demonstrations. The world is keeping a wary eye. U.S. President Donald Trump quick to respond, tweeting unequivocal support for the people and condemning the regime. When it comes to Iran, Trump has been clear from the get-go. The harsher, the better.
America longs for the day when Iranians will take their rightful place alongside the free people of the world. The citizens of Iran have paid a heavy price for the violence and extremism of their leaders.
Iran blamed the unrests on its enemies, U.S., Israel, and Saudi Arabia. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu quickly joined Trump in his support for the Iranian people. Media outlets in Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates are playing up the protests, pushing their long-standing narrative that Iran has been focusing too much on the region and forgetting its own people. Russia has supported Iran, saying foreign interference in the country is unacceptable. Iran and Russia's interests have aligned recently, especially in the context of the Syrian conflict. Meanwhile, after days of silence, a tepid response from the European Union, Iran has been looking to Europe to counterbalance Trump's threats to decertify the 2015 nuclear deal. Today, a call for human rights.
For the EU, human rights have always been a core issue in our relationship with Iran, and peaceful demonstration and freedom of expression are fundamental rights that apply to every country, and Iran is no exception.
On the streets of Iran, the demonstrations have taken a political dimension. A growing number of young people are calling on the clerical leadership to step down. But today, Iranian TV broadcasted pro-government rallies. What happens next will depend on the stamina of the protesters and how harshly the regime will crack down on the voices against it. Bianca Zanini, I-24 News.
Yaniv, más allá de las protestas, Irán fue noticia también en Israel. ¿Por qué? ¿Qué pasó?
Dos cosas. Primero, Damian, muchos misiles que han sido lanzados desde Gaza a Israel provienen de Irán. Y también los servicios de seguridad israelí han arrestado 3 personas que parece que son agentes iraníes en Cisjordania. Todo esto y mucho más en el informe de Yaniv Azoulay.
Shifting sands on the Gaza border. It was revealed Wednesday that Israel now believes the Islamic Jihad terrorist organization was responsible for the 3 projectiles fired towards its territory last Friday. One of those projectiles hit a building in an Israeli border community, thankfully causing no injury. 2 others were intercepted by the Iron Dome missile defense system. This weaponry, which was provided by Iran, was of the same type fired by Islamic Jihad on November 30th, when 12 projectiles were aimed towards an IDF border post. The timing of the attack, which coincided with a ceremony marking the birthday of an Israeli soldier killed in battle in Gaza 3 years ago, also figured into this new understanding. Islamic Jihad has shown itself to be willing to take risks, and the group benefits from a high level of Iranian support. Israeli retaliations against rocket fire from Gaza target Hamas for the most part, as the organization is held responsible by Israel for the situation inside the Gaza Strip. Both Hamas and Islamic Jihad have largely refrained from rocket fire since 2014, but it appears Islamic Jihad have now changed their behavior. This could potentially lead to the Iran-backed group being targeted more directly in future Israeli strikes. Iran has also stepped up its efforts elsewhere. It was cleared for release Wednesday that a terror cell had been uncovered in the West Bank, with 3 members arrested. Their orders had originated in Iran.
I would like to bring it to your attention that Iran is using terrorism against the state of Israel, not only with the assistance of terrorist movements such as Hamas, Hezbollah, and Islamic Jihad, but is also attempting to organize terrorist actions inside the state of Israel and against the citizens of Israel.
The cell received its directives from Pachter, a Palestinian originally from Hebron, who moved to South Africa several years ago. Pachter himself was recruited by Iranian intelligence agents operating in that country, who provided him with funds and instructions. Pachter in turn recruited his relative Mohammed Moharma during Mohammed's own visit to South Africa in 2015. Mohammed then returned to the West Bank and recruited 2 additional members. Those 3 are now in custody, their plans foiled. Pachter Moharma, the ringleader, is still thought to reside in South Africa. Shai Ben-Ari, I-24 News.
Gracias, Yaniv, por tu informe.